Hello. In the course of the era of the American Revolution, several aspects needed to be formatted exactly the way that they needed to be in order for the American nation to succeed. Great men such as George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, they all had to debate these key issues in order to make sure that the new infant United States could grow to become a world power. One of these aspects was education. Every single one of these men understood the importance of having a strong educational system. They all had slightly different ideas and concepts of how to get that to happen, but at the core, all of them agreed that a strong educational system was vital and arguably the most vital aspect to ensure the future of American liberty and freedom for all citizens. These ideas ranged from a national university proposed by many, including George Washington, to more state-centered ideas such as Thomas Jefferson and the university in the Commonwealth of Virginia in Charlottesville. And it didn't just have to do with colleges and universities either. Primary schools primary schools are also very important to be established in order for the moral and subject learning for all American children. The foundation needed to be there. Now, of course, the founders also understood that the schoolhouses weren't the end all be all of education. They knew that the concepts learned in the home were also were the main aspects in which how children learned. Thus, the importance of having books and other learning materials in as many houses as possible. Books that books just a handful of years earlier were considered a very, very expensive um, uh, material. However, even middle class and lower middle class families understood how valuable books could be for not just their children, but also their learning as well. Thus, the learning concepts of the American system of education had a more personalized feel to them based around the concept of if you had books, you could unlock the ideas of every single thinker from the Enlightenment and beyond. Thus, the American education system began to take shape. It was kind of a two-tiered model where the start of learning began in the household, and then expanded to the schoolhouse, and then later the college and university system, which would be established um, in all states. Women also played a key role. They their role expanded rapidly within the new country, especially in regards to education, as colleges and schools aimed primarily at women would also expand with, for lack of a better word, the normal schoolhouses and colleges and universities. This also had a profound impact on the language itself, as Noah Webster and others understood the importance of having a common language broken off from the King's English, but based around the words that people already knew, but simplified and Americanized, if you will. These were the main concepts that I've uncovered in my research project dealing with American education and the history of the American education system and how it came to be. The founders understood the importance of having an educated populace, as without an educated citizenry from the top, from all facets, you would have tyranny come from the top of the, because people who were able to afford the education would be able to um, rise to the top and crush those without the education. Thus, education, in the eyes of the founders, was a universal ideal that needed to be protected at all costs, in much the same way as many of the other liberties enshrined in our Declaration of Independence and Constitution. Thank you.